Welcome to the foil. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-down. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Foil Stars. This is Danny Cohen, and I've got a little pregame preview for you for the game against Calgary. So, Dallas is 7-2-1 in their last 10. Calgary is supposedly the worst team in the league, but I got news for you. It's a trap. We got a game, it's a hockey night in Canada game here against Gully's old team that he coached in Calgary. So this is a big game that they have circled on their calendar there, I guarantee you. And this is a better team than you realize it is in Calgary. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about Rantanen's fine for embellishment. We'll talk a little fights and much more. But before we do this for me. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share, repost this. Do whatever you can to help me get the word out so that we can grow this and do much more with it. So, Calgary has got the worst offense in the league at 2.27 goals per game. They've also got the worst power play in the league, which just kind of correlates, right? Their power play is absolutely hideous. 12.5%. Nazem Kadri leads the team with only 14 points on the year, and they've also got some talent with Jonathan Huberdeau up front. And while that might lull you into a false sense of security, they've got a very good young goaltender in Dustin Wolf. He's putting up decent numbers, .892 on the season. Not great, not horrible, but he's got a lot of talent, and it's somebody that can put it to you on any given night. Their defense and their penalty kill are middle of the pack. So we're not playing a team that's horrible across the board. And add that to the fact that this is a high-profile game. We got the Dallas Stars that are limping to victories right now. We just beat Vancouver, who's a team that is not so good. They were fifth from the bottom in the standings when we played them. And that game was a lot closer than you'd like it to be. There were times in that game where we got dominated. So the Stars have one half of their defense right now. We're missing a lot of righties with both Lundkvist and Lyubushkin out. We're missing puck movers like Harley. And so what if Robo cools off here, right? Robo's been on an absolute tear. One of the hottest, if not the hottest goal scorer in the league. So a lot of our offense is coming from him. And if we falter in any way, this game could go a very different direction, and we could end up losing in an embarrassing game to the bottom team in the league. So this team in Calgary, they like to fight. They got 8 fights on the year from 5 different players. They got a big old boy, Klapka, who's got 3 fights on the year already. Maybe this is an opportunity for Lian Bichsel to take his first heavyweight bout. Do I think he's going to do that? Probably not. I'm not 100% convinced that that's what he really wants to do, is start getting into the heavyweight fight business. I hope that is what's in his head to do, but I'm just not quite convinced yet. We'll see. But they've got some other players that fight too, so maybe if it's not a heavyweight bout, maybe we could see a middleweight scrap here on the night. So Dallas is coming off of that win in Vancouver. We are ranked 12th in offense on the year at 3.24. We had the goal of the year from Mikko the Messiah with a beauty in that last game as a spinorama backhand roof goal like we have never seen. Mikko is on a 5-game point streak right now, just tearing it up. He's been tearing it up all year with 28 points in 20 games, which leads the team in that category. More news on the Mikko front. He was fined $2,000 for embellishment. And I honestly, I don't know what that was for, but embellishment is one of the parts of this game that I want to get out of the game. Everybody talks about getting this and that penalty out of the game. For me, embellishment is one of the worst plagues on this game. It takes the penalty aspect of this game and turns it into a game in and of itself when you are weaponizing penalties that aren't real penalties against other players. So for those who don't know, embellishment is when, say, somebody taps your foot with their stick, you feel it, you decide to win an Oscar, take a leaping dive and make it look much worse than it really was. Basically making a penalty out of nothing. And that is what we see in soccer, which is not, this is not an honorable thing to do. As a man, you don't do this. And it makes it turns the game into a penalty fest when it gets rewarded by the refs who rarely call embellishment. And then it breaks the whole flow of the game. You don't have as physical of a game. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to see, even though we've got a great power play, I don't want to see games won on specialty teams battles. It's just not fun. So I think it's a big problem. It should be penalized more. I think it should be given a double minor or even a major. And much, much bigger fines than $2,000. What is $2,000 to Mikko Rantanen? That is like gas station snack money for Mikko Rantanen. So something needs to be changed there. So we go into this game with Jason Robertson, who has 8 goals, 4 assists in 6 games played, to round out our discussion about the offense there, and he is just doing amazing things. So hopefully that continues. And Otter had a very good game last game with some heroic saves. It wasn't a perfect game for him, but he put up a 9.44, so it's really hard to knock that very much. Dallas has the injuries on defense that I discussed before. We also are out Matt Duchene, who's on LTIR, but he's on the trip. I don't know what that means, but he is on the trip. And Ernie is also on LTIR as well. So it doesn't look like we're going to have any of our defensemen back in this game. Who knows? But it doesn't look like we'll have Harley or Lyubushkin on the reinforcements for us there. Dallas's defense is ranked 10th when we're healthy, but I don't know what to draw from that when you've got half of this team as the AHL baby stars on the back end. They've done fairly well, but you don't want to tempt fate with those guys for too long. So the Flames have a pretty decent defense. They've got Rasmus Andersson, who we had talked about picking up in free agency, a good offensive defenseman for them. They've got Mackenzie Weegar, who's also a very solid defenseman, and our old buddy in Joel Hanley, who comes back. So Dallas has got an awesome power play to throw at those defensemen. It's in the ranked number 2 at 31%. Our PK has been doing better as of late, but is still 24th in the league at 77%. I'm surprised that hasn't come up more with that run that we were on for a while there. So what's at stake tonight? Well, we need to keep Minnesota at bay. Minnesota is the team we thought they were at the beginning of the season that we didn't see at the beginning of the season. They've won 4 in a row. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10. So they are catching up on us, believe it or not. And Colorado keeps winning games. They are 9-0-1. They've won 7 in a row. And they are 4 points ahead of us with 1 game in hand. They have had 0 regulation losses at home. Now, that is a scary team there. We are their kryptonite, but that still worries me. And you gotta maintain position so we don't play them in the first round. I don't want to see that in the first round. And we had some good news as far as Chicago and Winnipeg both lost in regulation last night. So we gained some wiggle room on them. And hopefully, with a win here tonight that we cannot take for granted, we will look even better in the standings on the flip side of this. If y'all have any questions, y'all can reach me at TheFoilHockey. That's TheFoil hockey at gmail.com. Or you can reach me on Reddit. Check that out as well at TheFoilHockey stars. So check that one out as well. And I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one.